you don't at least hate her a little bit. Like, come on, Austin. Like, you can do it.
I can't hate
I
Zeke.
mean, I can't hate my wife either. So I'm just kidding.
I
Uh,
can't.
uh, Look, we both have been campaigning for a solo Scarlet Witch movie because there's just so much to tell, especially with that one like a year or 2 years ago, that one solo about her, I think fixing magic or something like that, right?
Yeah, the Witches Road one. I'd love to
Yeah,
see that.
yeah, something like that. That would have been pretty good, and especially since she's been a standout character in these movies, and she hasn't had her solo movie.
Yeah, I wouldn't say she's been that much of it. She has very much been a side character up until this point, but it
Yeah,
looks like Infinity War might elevate her slightly.
especially with Vision and their relationship and how Vision has the mind gem or
Yeah, so
stone.
she's gonna have to
Yeah.
play some kind of bigger part than she has before.
All right. So
Um,
this is exactly what she says. We are ground zeros. Definitely not something I'm pushing. I don't know if it's something they're going to push either. And then her and Paul Bettany always joke about having a domestic television show on Netflix where it would be like a house thing and Scarlet Witch just goes bananas. I mean, there is that Tom King book.
here's the thing: I'd absolutely watch that.
Yeah.
I'd absolutely 100% watch that, but
And she says, I'm happy I'm still around and they still use me. Well, yeah, I think a lot of actors who definitely don't have a job anymore would have been glad to have been in the MCU.
yeah. Unless you're one of those elitist ones that are like, oh no, you're selling out. Like, really?
Which man, I mean,
It's
people say you
really.
sell out like every other day, and it's just like at least I'm doing something I love, which
Yeah,
opposed
you
to
know, and they're doing they do all the charity work for the kids. It's like, how can you call that
Or
selling?
I'm not even thinking that. I'm
Uh,
thinking like that they love to play these characters and stuff like that just because
yeah, but
it's pretty fun.
that kind of like comes part and parcel with it though. Like you do this, you do the superhero thing, you do the charity work. That's like, is it really selling out? Surely
I
it's the opposite.
I'm not. I mean, I'm just saying like in a general standpoint. People everywhere, even doing YouTube, there's always people like, "Oh, you sold out because you did this ad or something like that," and it's like,
Yeah.
really, like, is it selling out? Like, we like this thing, so it's
So like, it's
sometimes
all
selling out's
part
not
and
a bad thing.
yeah, like so everything they people complain about for these roles, it's all part and parcel of acting. You gotta make your money. It's not really.
I mean, is it
Set.
really any worse than Nicolas Cage coming down and saying he's only taking all these random jobs because he needs money? Like, is that
See,
really?
that's kind of that's more selling out than anything.
Yeah, that's actually selling out. When he came out and said that, and people were okay with this, so it's like,
That's
how
because
you?
for some reason people give Nicolas Cage a pass, and I don't know why. It's
He's
like,
he's a darling, as some people would say.
but is he though?
He did the what is it, the Independence one, where he started the Declaration of Independence. He did that movie, so yeah, he is a darling. He's still the Declaration of Independence, Mitch.
Was that National Treasure?
Yeah, I love that one and the second one. They need to make a third one. Let's get the trilogy going.
No, let's not do that.
Yes.
Um,
Let's make the Mummy
but
movies
like
again.
she doesn't really rule out the possibility of her doing one or even.
Oh no, yeah. She says like if they
Uh,
want to do it, I'm here, but I'm not. No one's really pushing at the moment. Like,
yeah,
hey, if it's done, it's done. If it's not, nah, I'm cool with it. Like, what else is
it's
she
like
doing? Let me see.
so. I mean, sure, like with Scarlet Witch, there isn't really much to pick from. She's never really been the big main character. She's always been more of just a wandering plot thing.
Didn't we kind of like say that she could possibly be in a Doctor Strange movie? Like one time,
I
like
mean,
I think
yeah,
after Doctor
yeah,
Strange
you
came out.
can put her in Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
No. Like, you could do a lot of things with Wanda. It's just there's not much source material to go from. And the biggest thing Wanda's probably ever done was Disassembled and the
Okay.
whole No More Mutants thing. Like, and they're
Oh
doing
yeah.
Disassembled for this movie. So.
Or she's. What if she just at the end? Oh, more Avengers. She like whispers.
I mean, I can see her saying, well, I can see them using that panel.
Yeah, like it's gonna that panel. Everybody knows that panel in Marvel. It's gonna go close up her face and it's gonna have like just her saying
Well,
no more Avengers.
it's just her mouth with the
Yeah,
tear rolling down, and No More Mutants.
yeah, that could happen as like towards the end when Thanos just snaps his finger. Spoiler. I don't know. I don't know if that's
I
gonna
mean,
happen.
he's gonna, of course, he's gonna do it. They've
I
alluded to it twice now.
That'd be dope if he does it as like and
It's
it just
gonna happen.
the movie just ends. That'd be
Yeah.
cool. That would be cool. That's not really. I See, we can fall into this whole thing. Is that a spoiler if we say that would be cool if it happens? Because we genuinely, honestly don't know.
I mean, we don't know. But here's my thing: it's a case of if you were the Russos and you were doing these movies, would you pass that opportunity up? Because I can guarantee you they've thought of that.
But yeah, and it's one of those things that if they do that, it's like, well, we kind of knew. Well, we didn't know. We just assumed because it happened in the comic, and that would be very cool. But if you're saying like, oh, I'm not surprised because I knew this was gonna happen, like, no, you really didn't know it was not gonna happen. You didn't see the movie. You just when it happens, if it happens, and I see it, I'm gonna be like, oh my god, they did it. They actually did it.
Like, I can sit here and go, like, I know they're gonna do it. I don't know. We don't know for a fact they're gonna do it. So. But if it does happen, I can go, I knew it. Because I have been saying they're going to do it.
But see, and then that falls a little bit into...
But it's not a spoiler, because I don't really know they're going to do it.
No, that's not the... Well, because when you kind of gloat over people, and kind of, like, I guess it depends on how you're gloating, in a sense. If it sounds really too mean, then some people will say, well, you just spoiled the movie, stuff like that. But I we'll just be generally excited if that happens. None of us know if it's gonna happen. And also, if you are the Russo brothers and you don't do that because you're really just trying to surprise people and do like a twist, like, is it worth doing the twist, or is it worth kind of doing that? Like, what's worth it?
Here's the thing: they're gonna have that moment in there.
Okay, but
at this point, we can't really go and like point to anything we've seen and be like, look, here it is. They've done it. Because no one's seen the movie yet. Yeah. But the fact that Gamora, when in the second trailer, she was like, oh yeah, he could wipe the universe out like that. And there has been a line from Thanos where he has said, I could just do this.
Spoiler.
I mean, spoilers, yes. I didn't tell you the lines, that doesn't count. But even so, they're alluding to it. It's going to happen.
But, what I'm saying is, like, is it worth having that where like everybody can kind of like who knows the comics to kind of assume that will happen, or at least hope that will happen, or would you want to surprise them with a twist?
I mean, I don't know.
See, what's worth it? Is it worth?
Just look at how the Russos have handled everything before.
But yeah, I mean, look at the Civil War thing, right? You see the comic Civil War, the panel on screen, and that was really cool when it happened. I think some people probably assumed that and hoped that would happen too, and it did happen. But like I said, it's not a bad thing that people are assuming and hoping that it will end like that and like similar to the comic. That doesn't mean like they 100% know. But
here's the thing: watch them save it for Avengers 4, because he's not going to have all the stones at the end of this movie.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is it worth doing it at least now, or is it worth it? Is it worth doing it? I say so, because I think that would be a really cool effect, and it would be that whole comics come to life type of thing. Some people would say no.
Here's the thing: it's a really cool ending.
Yeah. But the argument,
really cool ending, but
the argument for no is that it's not worth it. Is that everybody like who knows the comics will have guessed it, and they will have guessed the ending in a way.
Yeah. Watch as they do, like completely subvert it. They do that one panel, but it's not Thanos.
And who knows, right? Who knows?
And that's how they beat Thanos. Like you have Tony being like, and done. But like if it's not Thanos, like just think like. Say obviously he's got all the stones. They do the whole Infinity Gauntlet thing. That someone steals it away. Maybe it's Nebula, and then Tony gets it, or someone, or Cap, and then they do the finger snap for Avengers 4, and that's how they win. Like you still have the panel of it. It's just not how.
It's all about subversion, right? It's like trying to, they do that in trailers now where they put the audio, like audio clips or dialogue on top of something that's probably not like related, so they could.
Actually, no, I might have just spoiled the complete ending to myself. Remember in Hickman's run during the incursions when they get the Infinity Gauntlet?
Yeah.
And Cap does it and all the stones shatter.
Yeah.
That's how it's going to end.
Oh, you think so? Okay.
Yeah.
Why did they shatter again? Was it because he just used all the power? Right?
I can't remember why they shattered. I
think it's because he used all the power.
Because the Time Stone didn't shatter. The Time Stone just vanished. And then it came back later on and sent everyone through time and sent him to the end of time.
Wait, wasn't it because they were from another universe and they weren't as powerful, but they could still be used?
They were this universe's stones because that's how they would like. They wouldn't work outside.
I'm still
Like,
saying that it's because they just used all the power to push the
I
Earth
think
away. You remember that, right? When they had to
yeah,
push the Earth away. Yeah.
it's something like that,
Yeah.
or it's the case of like Cap couldn't use the power properly. I think it was something along that lines. But I can imagine them doing that.
And you just said you spoiled it for yourself. It's not a spoiler. You don't know that's gonna end.
No, because that's how it's gonna end. Because that's how they're gonna kill Cap off.
That's
Cap's gonna die that way.
That's what you think. That isn't 100% until we watch the movie.
It's 100% it's gonna happen.
Okay, that's your prediction, but that isn't 100% fact.
That's how Cap dies because you're gonna have to have Cap with that gauntlet.
I think that'd be pretty cool. I mean, I just kind of want like the speech, that everybody always goes to. They did in Civil War technically, but they could do it again.
Do you know what he's gonna do? He's gonna have the gauntlet. He's about to die, and he's like, "I can do this all day."
Oh, okay, that one could be. I thought they were gonna do that when they were fighting in Wakanda, as you saw in like the trailer, and he's holding up the hand. But I was talking about the speech that everybody always goes to for Cap, and I think they use in Civil War is like when you stand like a tree and don't move, or something like that.
Oh yeah,
they used that in Civil War.
They gave that to Sharon, didn't they? Or they gave it to Peggy.
Yeah, it was like to basically, but then he said it too. I think he repeated it.
I mean, he said it in the comics. He never said it in the movie.
You sure? I swear, like he repeated it to Tony or something like that.
No.
I don't. I just either that or the whole like I keep going all day. Like that would be perfect. I saw a video that had something like that.
It just brings it full circle. He said it like every movie.
This is why I love this Cap. This Cap is the best. I
mean, this Cap is kind of 1610 Cap. 1610 Cap is racist.
I mean, this Cap is Superman Cap, so Boy Scout at the heart.
Cap's Cap, like Cap's
well,
Cap.
Cap's never. I'm not gonna say never.
Cap's always been the Boy Scout.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say never, but I mean, when you look at the Ultimates, like he wasn't necessarily a Boy Scout. He was kind of an ass or a dick.
I mean, he was at the start when like. What was it? Miller wrote him, but then like he gets
that far back. So
you get to like Hickman's stuff, and he was more in line. Everyone was more in line with the 16.
In that Hickman run, didn't he leave Illuminati's like I can't keep doing this, guys? Right?
No.
Or did they kick him out?
They wiped his memory.
Oh yeah! Oh man, imagine that happened in this movie, but he wouldn't. Chris Evans probably won't come back. So, that'd be so epic. We still hope we see Illuminati. That'd be so cool.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to have Hickman's time run out, but we can't get that because Evans is. We could get that, it just won't be the same as that.
That is one kind of like a topic we talk about like towards the end of the show because. Yeah, so I guess we should just
What were we on? Oh yeah, the next one. Jake Gyllenhaal